been out and about driving around, you have probably seen this plant. Kind of sticks out because of the color. This is yellow dock, also known as curly dock. The scientific name is Rumex crispus. It is not native to North America. It's native to Europe and Western Asia, but it has made its way over here, and in some ways can be considered an invasive plant, but there are a lot of medicinal properties to it. The seeds, you can go ahead and some people roast the seeds and use it as a coffee substitute. The leaves, as long as they're green, can be edible, but the most important part of this plant that we're going to focus on is the root. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the root here. The root is the main focus. The best time to harvest the root is in the fall. Anywhere from late August in through October is the best time to harvest the root. Anytime you want to harvest roots, you want to do it when the energy of the plant is in the ground, and as the plant grows and the leaves come out and the flowers come out, the energy of the plant goes farther up, and then as it dies off for the winter time, the energy goes back down into the roots. So you want to harvest the roots in the fall. And what's great about yellow dock root, it has a lot of functions. It is good for skin conditions, eczema, psoriasis, any type of chronic skin conditions the yellow dock is good for. It's also great for your liver health, and it's a blood cleanser. And one of the important parts of the yellow dock root is its iron content. You can make a decoction of the yellow dock root and make it into a syrup with some blackstrap molasses, and you have a great, powerful iron supplement that's all natural. So what you would do is clean the root off very well to get all the dirt off of it, chop it up. You can dry it in the oven, or you can dry it in a food dehydrator. And once the root is dried, it looks like this. And the way you would prepare the yellow dock root is you'd prepare it as a decoction. And I have referenced the video that I've made earlier on how to make a decoction. And that is the best way to get the benefits from the yellow dock root. The yellow dock is great for your liver. And the liver is where all the toxins collect in your body. It's where all the excess hormones collect in your body. And it's important to detox it every now and then. And the yellow dock root, what it does is it stimulates the bile, which, if taken over time, will detoxify your liver and gradually get all of the toxins out and get it clean and functioning to top performance. Your liver is very important. Without your liver, and with a fatty liver, with a toxin-filled liver, your blood can't clean itself. So it's known as a blood purifier. It helps to detoxify your liver, helps stimulate bile production, and it also is a mild laxative. So not only will it detoxify your liver, but it will help shove it out of you as well. So yellow dock, great herb for detoxifying and clearing out your body, clearing out your blood. And also it is great for women. A lot of women suffer from anemia, slight forms of anemia. It's a good iron supplement. If you don't get a lot of red meat in your diet, or you're not absorbing the iron, making a syrup with a decoction of the yellow dock root with blackstrap molasses will be an excellent iron supplement you can take. We were just outside talking about yellow dock root and what wonderfully high iron content it has, and I happen to have some dried yellow dock root on hand. So what we're going to do is go ahead and make a syrup with a couple other herbs and some blackstrap molasses for an iron supplement, featuring our friend yellow dock root, dandelion leaf, dandelion root, nettle, and raspberry leaf. So let's go ahead and get our pot out and get going and making the syrup. Okay, today we're going to learn how to make a simple syrup, and what we're going to do is add a little extra to our herbs because this is going to be an all-natural iron supplement. So the stars of today's syrup: yellow dock root, raspberry leaf, dandelion leaf, dandelion root, and nettle leaf. I use a lot of nettle, so I don't put that in a jar because I go through it a lot. Now to make our syrup, we're going to first start with a strong decoction. And for every quart of water, we're going to add 2 ounces of herb. Okay, we have our 2 ounces of herb. And again, when you're using a kitchen scale, don't forget to tare it out. Meaning, you put your measuring container on and then hit tare, and that zeroes it out. So when you add your contents, you're measuring only the contents of what you're putting in there. So we have our 2 ounces of herb. I'm going to add a quart of water to the saucepan. We'll get the heat going here. We're going to add our herb. So our first step here is to make a strong decoction. So I'm going to let this come to a boil, and then I'm going to simmer it. Now instead of time, we're going to be looking at amount. You want to boil this down to where we just have a pint of liquid. So you can either eyeball it, which is what I usually end up doing, or you can have a measuring cup handy and a strainer to strain it. And if you still have too much liquid, go ahead and put it back in your saucepan and boil it down some more. So I'm going to go ahead and let this boil, and then we will come back when it's boiled down to about a half. Okay, we're done boiling. I eyeballed it. You want to get it to about half the amount of liquid so that we end up with a pint or 2 cups of liquid. So let's see how much we have here. I've got my measuring cup and the strainer. Now the great thing about this recipe is the dandelion, the yellow dock, high in iron, but also great for your liver. I just want to give it a gentle squeeze to make sure we get all the good liquid out of it. Okay, I went ahead and rinsed out the saucepan. We're going to add our liquid back into it. I'm going to turn the heat on again. This is when we add our sweetener. I'm using sugar. You can use honey. You can use vegetable glycerin.
You can use maple syrup, any sweetener to your liking. And we're going to bring this back to a boil. And we're just going to go ahead and bring this to a boil and let this simmer down for a few minutes, reducing it some more. Till we get the desired thickness, consistency that we want. Okay, we have this boiled down now, and it's a little bit thicker. It's going to get thicker as it cools. Now the great thing about syrups is you can add all kinds of stuff to them. You can add spirulina powder, you can add a mushroom powder extract to it. Now this, since it's going to be an iron supplement for me, I'm going to add some blackstrap molasses. Sorry, the light, you might not be able to see that. Blackstrap molasses, which is also very high in iron. And I'm going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons while it's still hot. But don't be afraid to get creative. Add, if you have anything powdered that you want to add. I know there's a lot of healthy mushrooms out there that you can buy powdered. You can really personalize a syrup to your needs, to what you need to supplement your health. And with the sweetener, sugar, the syrups are a lot easier to take than often a decoction or a tea will be. So I've got my 2 tablespoons of blackstrap molasses in here. And I've turned off the heat. So I'm just mixing in the molasses, and then we're going to let this cool a bit before I pour it into the jar. Okay, the syrup is now cool enough to pour into a jar. Now I'm going to let this cool off a little bit more before I put it in the refrigerator. But the great thing about syrups, they're easy to make, very versatile. You can add, now I don't mind the taste of the roots, but you have other options. If you want to add a 1/4 cup of, say, a fruit extract, if you want to add a 1/4 cup of brandy, something that would make it taste better, if you want to do that, go ahead. Again, you can add a couple tablespoons of a powdered mushroom or anything that you feel is beneficial to your health that you want to make it, to personalize it to your needs. Feel free. That's the great thing about syrups, is they're very versatile. All right, here's a syrup. I'm going to go ahead and take a spoonful. Probably the best tasting iron supplement you could take. I know it's a little bit runny. I'm using this mainly for nutritional purposes, so I don't care that it's not as thick as you might normally think a syrup would be. But you won't get a better tasting iron supplement, that's for sure. So feel free to follow me on Facebook. I welcome you to check out my website, urbanherbalist.com. On there I have a tab called Materia Medica, where you'll find other videos and herbal preparations and herbal knowledge for your health. And also we can be found on Etsy and Amazon Handmade. So here's to your health. I would take about a tablespoon of this a day for an iron supplement. And don't forget your vitamin C and your copper. So here's to your health. Until next time, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.